I thought I was recording. Thought I was recording, bro. How I'm not? I'm not sure. Might have ended that first bit early. It is what it is, though. It is what it is, bro. Y'all already seen the title. We about to get into one of these. What? What? I low-key want to see this, but y'all already seen the title, so y'all gonna know if I'm not gonna do that. Murder chicken into explosive. Oh. I thought they exploded him. Lured him in to get exploded. He eating Popeyes and shit. Damn, it's really crazy ass people. Yo, they use the exact same. Hold on. Exact same. Hold on. Is that the same video? Let me see. Might be. Yep. Yep, that's him. That's him. I don't know, bro. I'm not trying to say that shit. No, low key. Life insurance, gang. No. This shit don't surprise me no more. This shit don't surprise me. And you know what? Fuck this. And y'all already know what this video is. Y'all already know what this video is, bro, because I already seen the title. We're going to get a little political. But what we're not going to do is just jump straight into it and start throwing names and shit at each other. We're opening up a little iceberg. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to search up a short-ass iceberg video. You know what? 2025 iceberg. Nah. Maybe 2025 political iceberg. Somebody should make that shit. If it's not made already. Okay. Okay. We getting somewhere. Why the fuck is this shit 20 hours? Do y'all... Oh my god. I really don't care about none of this other shit. That shit says 18 hours, and I'm intrigued.
So you want to change your life? Create a habit that represents what you want. Picture it in your mind. In a short time, we will...
Timestamps for all 600 entries can be found in the comments section, but only each tier's timestamp.
My fault. I forgot the headphone shit. It's been a minute. It's been 2 days since I recorded. Alright? I forgot. Shout out to y'all with the headphones. Alright. Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him, man. 600. 600. When you think you've worked hard enough, you remember this fucking video, alright? When you think you've done enough to create some type of name for yourself, when you think you've done enough, look back at this video. I wonder how long it took him. We'll see. Because I've seen a lot of videos where it's AI and they talk for 2 seconds that they recorded for like 5 minutes. They talk for 2 seconds every 10 minutes, every fucking hour or some shit like that. We'll see. But I'm not watching it, so shit. What we look like, bro? Let's look for a cool one. Let's look for a good one. And if you guys see some shit you wanna, wow, the tiers. Nah, you said in the comics 600, right? Okay. I kind of want to go deep. That ass to yo, wow. Why did he post that shit in April though? But wow though. Wow. Wow, man. Let's go with this one.
Earth is Purgatory theory links humanity's realm to an eternal waiting room between planes of existence. Records indicate a striking pattern of supernatural events clustering around periods before the birth of Christ, with ghostly encounters and divine manifestations appearing regularly in ancient texts. Evidence surfaced through religious scholars, noting how souls mentioned in pre-Christian texts often lingered on Earth rather than ascending or descending to their final destinations. The massive drop in recorded supernatural occurrences following Christ's arrival fits neatly into this framework. Investigation revealed that modern ghost sightings tend to involve souls seemingly trapped or bound to specific locations, much like the traditional concept of spirits working through their cosmic debt. These earthbound spirits often display signs of unfinished business or lingering regret, matching the purifying nature of traditional purgatory. Researchers discovered ancient writings across multiple cultures describing Earth as a proving ground for souls, where the weight of past sins must be balanced through continued existence. The gradual decrease in miraculous events and divine intervention over recorded history suggests this spiritual layover station may be slowly emptying as souls complete their journey. The presence of both suffering and joy on Earth mirrors purgatory's dual nature as a place of cleansing and preparation. Those who pass through life.
I was, hold on, because it ties in. Don't, throw it to the side and shit just because he's talking about bullshit. And, he's right too. He's talking about an iceberg. He's not saying he believes any of this. He's just putting out the information. That's it. He never said he believed none of it. Literally. So, and neither do I. Right? I'm not going to say I believe it nor believe it. Nor don't believe it. I will say, though, these are things going on in people's minds and things that are actually changing the way that they act. Not on a mass scale, but everywhere. Everywhere. People have their own ideas. They see a UFO. They see a UFO video. They see some bullshit AI video. That makes them think differently and start acting crazy. You feel me? It's people with disorders out there that get manipulated by the algorithm and shit. Start seeing shit and now they think they're crazy. And they're not. They got this shit, but the point is, these things actually change people's minds, bro. You have to be solid. You have to stand, you have to have structure with what you believe, and how you go about learning things. If you're not the type of person to just take any knowledge just for what it is, for what somebody says it is at face value and start preaching about it and shit just off of hearing it. If you're not that type of person, you can become that type of person, but it's not likely. It's not likely that you're just gonna start picking up knowledge out of nowhere and just using it. Because you're smarter than that. And to tie in with this shit, this shit is literally 19 hours. It's 19 hours. Off a minute and 30 seconds, 19 hours. And think about that, man. This guy made this video. People watched this video. Somebody out there watched this entire thing. Maybe not in one day. Somebody out there might have watched this all from start to finish of his day. Productively. Maybe he sat on the couch the whole day. Or maybe he, it was his podcast to do all his work. Maybe he listened to this at work. And he got home and finished it. You would never know. That's the uniqueness of all of us. and that's important. It's important, because when you are truly your own being, what makes two robots of the same fucking manufacturing or whatever, like, when you look at robots and you see thousands of them in the same, built the same, there's a reason why they get put a certain model. This is model X7Q, and this model does great in agriculture or some shit like that. I'm talking about this like it's, shit. We have drones. We have mass drones. So you know what? Let's put that up there. Drones. When there's thousands of drones being made for whatever the fuck they're made for, defense or war or all that shit, they're not gonna look. No one that you know what humans are after. They're after progress and power and shit like that. So they're not gonna name thousands of drones individually, Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? It has its own manufacturing name. All of them have their own serial number, of course. They have their own serial number probably. Shit like that makes each individual drone its own entity. But as a whole, and how they are manufactured, how they act, what they do, there may be different. The ones that are different have their own. That's not XQC. That's not X whatever the fuck I said. That's CB3, right? That's CB3, a whole different type of drone meant for a different thing. And there are thousands of that one. There are thousands of CB3. There are thousands of XQ1, right? And that all, I say all of that to say this. You will never be the same as another person at all. Never in your life will you ever be the same as someone next to you. At all. At all, man. Even with all the thoughts you have, the way you get there is different. What you think about those thoughts is different. Even if you guys agree. No one is exactly like you. That's the uniqueness. And when no one is like you, you can do things no one else can. You can think about things no one else can. And it's not about like simple-minded ideas. I'm talking about a builder by himself can do a lot of things that somebody with a desk job probably can't do right off the bat without learning anything that the builder learned. He's gonna get far in building. He might do great in other things too, but his main thing is building, and that's something that another person won't do as easily because his thing is building, right? Your thing is something that you do differently than others, and it's something that the way that you do it matters more to you than anyone else. It probably affects a lot of other people in your lifetime. What you do, how you progress, what you choose to make your life, how you choose to make that money, put food on the table, and things of that nature. That may change a lot of people's lives. You might do great for a lot of people. You might do bad for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, that matters the most to you. It matters the most to you. So, when you have a leader, when you choose to follow a leader, a human, right? A leader that manipulates you and leads you astray to the point where your ideology harms you. It leads you to do self-destructive things. It may lead you to doubt yourself in ways you wouldn't have before if you just found your way. But the thing is, we're in a world where people inflict their way on other people. YouTubers do it, bro. Streamers do that shit. They inflict their will on millions of people nowadays. The people with that type of power and shit. Politicians, they inflict their will on all the people that believe in them. And, you know, when you're a follower of one of these people, whenever that will ends, it's the end of you, you know, as you know yourself. It's the end of that. If you don't have the strength, and a lot of people who are following in the first place, blindly, there's a lot of blind followers. Everyone knows it. In the first place, they didn't have the strength to think about it deeper, or look away, or literally just think about it deeper. So when that person can do no more for you, when that person cannot lead you anymore in any way, no more leader, no more follower. That's why, you feel me, I give the flowers to the people and content creators, everyday people that give hope to people, you know, give strength to people, teach people things, push them forward. A lot of people think today is it, man. Today is it. And you just can't do the same. You can't do the same. You can't just keep downplaying your entire life to what you have done and what you got accomplished today and shit like that. You probably, if you haven't done a lot in your life, that's a sign to do things. That's not a sign to look back and dwell on it. In this world, we cannot afford that, bro. It's just people think they really do. Even the richest cannot afford more life. So how do you think you can do it? With what means, what funds do you think you can afford more life for more time? More of that energy that fuels you. You can't afford it. So using it in a way that destructs you and leads to even less of that energy is right in front of you, bro. It's self-destructive. And that's all it is. So if you care about the people you care about, maybe you don't care about them as much as you think you do. It's sad to say, but we live in a real life. We don't live in a movie where we could just make things sweet all the time. Put sugar on literally everything. Some people don't care about the people they care about as much as they think they do. And anybody could tell me anything, bro. I'm not the one listening. I'm one human out of many. I'm one human, bro. But life is life. Life is life. And, you know, how we go forward is how we go forward. If we make it, we make it. But think about how many people have passed away who fought for something true and righteous and just didn't get it done. That matters. And to those who believe it doesn't, so what? Those are just people with opinions, like anybody. It doesn't matter, more or less. It doesn't matter. Our opinions are the last thing that matters. But, you know, how we act, how we address things, the way that we think, our thoughts, those matter. And when you decide to not do anything about it, your mind, your soul, the way you think about it, like it's some overarching power that you can never battle, never in your life. You lost. You lost. And somebody feeling bad for you is just an opinion. Anything people think about it is just an opinion, but you lost. The second that you stop fighting, all of it, and you become complacent. No one's telling you to start your revolution and lose everybody you love and go broke and become homeless because you believe things that others don't. That's also a loss. That's a fat ass loss, because with all that knowledge, you can do something with it. And one of the worst things is people believing they know everything. They have that unique point of view where they just know everything. So there isn't much that can slip through the cracks and be thought about and be had a conversation about. Conversation doesn't matter nowadays. People want to watch their fucking videos, and they want to go to sleep. They want to get the food on the table, make their money, and that's it. And all the power to them. But that's not the life I want to live. And I don't care who tells me I can't live the life I want to live. Because I know I don't want to live a bum life. I know I don't want to be on the streets and shit. And I know how to fucking not end up there and shit. Last time I checked, wherever you are in the world, you have that free will. But we have the most free will. We have the most opportunity and privilege in America. I wouldn't say compared to everywhere, I haven't been everywhere. But there is a lot of torture actually going on right now. Deaths. People are literally getting bombed right now. All over the fucking place. All over. I told y'all I wasn't going to get political, and I'm not. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all over. A lot of people are going to be stuck up on Venezuela for a minute, but there are quite a lot of Venezuelans out there being taken down right now. And because people haven't seen it on their feed, on their TV, they're not going to sit here and listen. They're going to say, nah, man, you're capping. Because people are drones now. People are drones now. People listen to what they want to listen to, and they go on that. That's how it's always been. But before, people had more faith. People had more will to fight against being a fucking robot. They did. And the thing is, a lot of those people were exterminated. A lot of those people are lost to the days of today because, as you know, we live in a world of predator and prey. And over time, evolution picks the ones who survive to lead the gene group, the gene pool. People are crazy as fuck. People are evil. People are murderers. And those are the people that survive. Not the righteous ass people that turn the cheek. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty, it makes sense that the evil are at the top right now, because the top of the food chain is who can eat everyone under. Metaphorically. So no shame, but most people aren't what they used to be and don't have the fight in them that they used to have. So unfortunately, you can't save everyone. Unfortunately, not everyone is going to go down the path that, actually helps them, actually leads them to a better life. But you can do what you can. I can't do the most, but I can do what I can. I might end up in a horrible position, but I can do what I can. And I don't think in any religion that in any religion, literally, that any god, any gods, any, you know, anything anyone believes in, anything anyone believes in, any religion, that, I mean, shit, hold on. You feel me? There are crazy ass religions out there, but most of the main ones that a lot of people are under right now, a lot of them have that turned cheek to the you know, a lot of them have that turned the cheek. You know what I mean? Just let them keep going at you. Don't fight back because you become one of them. That's probably a metaphor for some other shit, man. You guys don't listen to a lot of the things and the things that you believe, you know, and even the ones at the top can't even say much about certain things, you know. It's all about how people look at it. It's all about how people look at it, man. So, most of these religions aren't sitting here telling you to become a robot. Never heard it. Never, ever. All of them pretty much say don't become a robot. Right? And I was thinking, like, nobody's telling you you can't watch TV no more and shit. You can't have a hobby and this and the third and other shit. But when you have a true purpose, it was in Marty Supreme that I seen it. I'm not, trust me when I bring up people, I'm not bringing up their whole ideology. Because one, I don't think that much about other people's ideology, bro. I can't. And I have a vast mind to think about a lot of random shit that just can think about a lot of concepts. But one thing I can't do is replicate the mind of another person. That's some alien psychic shit that I can't do. I can't replicate somebody else's mind. That being said, bro, too many people don't care about actually making progress, man. Because the shit I was talking about from Marty Supreme, when you know that you have to get something done, you have to get it done, right? When you know that you have to get to school at a certain amount of time, or your mama's gonna whoop your ass and you care about that shit, you're gonna make it to the school. And if not, it's gonna feel bad. There's regret from that, because now you're gonna get your ass whooped. That's care. That's thinking deeply about the consequences of something. Why did you care more about the consequences of shit when you were younger and got your ass beat or screamed at or lectured or some shit, or got your game taken away? Why did the consequences mean more back then, when now the consequences are, do you want to become literally somebody who ends up on the street because in 10 years the economy might not be what it was, bro? Might not be what it is. I used to say it's not likely that we're gonna have no fucking war, no other war, like worldwide. I used to say it was unlikely, even back then, 2023 or some shit, when all the memes was coming out and shit. But now things are escalating, There's tension. There's tension across the world. There is tension across the world. And still you can't do anything about it, bro. You can't do anything about it. You can't mentally mind control a whole nation and everyone on earth to just get along. And if you could, you would have did it before. There's nothing you could do on that behalf. Right? Other than do exactly what you can do. Some people have a purpose and some people don't. And usually the people with a purpose I was gonna say something else, but usually the people with the purpose, bro. Yeah. Like it said in Marty Supreme, they do usually have, that comes with a deep sense of responsibility for life, for creation. That's a creation right there. That's a moment that needs to be created. That is a life that needs to be created. Foundation that needs to be created. It's not just gonna come out of nowhere. And with that, bro, when you compare that to not having any direction at all in your life, it's like walking on the road compared to walking in the desert. If you keep walking on that road, you're gonna get somewhere. But there's no road in the desert. There is no road in the desert. And the thing is, you place that road there. You put it there. You know, some people think it's God, you know, leading them to a divine fucking reality. I do think it's just you. It's just you and how you think about shit. So either you decide to put that road there or you didn't decide to. I'm not saying you chose not to. I'm saying you didn't choose to do that. You didn't choose to put that road there. So there will be no road to follow. And you could do it right now and decide with all the will in your and the rest of your life to fight for this one thing. You could. But how many people will? Not that many. Because that will inside, it doesn't come out of nowhere. It doesn't just spawn. You kind of do have to have it. You know, and if you don't have it, it's not like you're just, oh, you're not invited to the party, man, but it's a different thing to do right now for you. You have to go ahead and find that. You want to go to the party, but you don't even know what the fuck the party's about. You just seen it and want to have fun because that's how it is. And this isn't a party for fun. It's a party for celebration of doing the things you had to do to get to where you needed to be. Where you knew you needed to be. Some of us put in enough effort, and some of us fall short. And I do think that it matters what you believe in and things like that, but when we get to this part of the conversation, where it's like, are you putting in enough work? Too many people say yeah, and they know they're not. And too many people say yeah and don't know enough to know if they're not. Too many people. The world isn't altogether just smart. Humans aren't innatively just smart amongst each other. They're smart compared to animals. They're smart compared to plant life that can't move. Fish that can't speak. That's who we're smart against. And don't get me wrong, I love animals. I'm just saying from a human point of view and from an outside point of view, we're only smart in our own eyes. But we destroyed the world. I'm not saying I didn't. But my people, man, my race, my fucking whatever the fuck, I forget what it's called. Dogs are dogs. Humans are humans. I don't know, gang. I forgot the word. But my people. Those are all our people. Unless you guys truly believe in the alien shit. That one specific people is just aliens, but come on now. Let's set aside all the bullshit. People genuinely are two armed, two legged, one head, two eyes, a nose. I mean, aside from disabilities and shit like that. I'm talking about just people. Even the people with disabilities, gang. You go to anywhere, there's somebody with disabilities. Anywhere. In Czechoslovakia, in Sweden, in Asia, in Africa, in Germany, the US. Not that we have anything here other than, Native Americans that got their land stole. That's pretty much who's here and was here. Otherwise, colonizers. There were colonies. There were 13 colonies, I'm pretty sure. That's what it was called. The 13 colonies. They colonized America. That's another story. But what the point is, everywhere there are people, everything that could ever be wrong with the person is everywhere. Other than regional viruses and parasites and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That's But yeah, bro. So when you look back at what happened to the planet, why all the streets are like this, it's because we are the equivalent of fucking vast spreading mushroom and parasite and shit taking over everything. We are venom. Humans weren't always here. If you want to go to, how scientists look at it, there were dinosaurs and shit before this. And humans didn't take out the Earth. An asteroid did. But look at that, bro. It took an asteroid to take out life on Earth. And there's still life on Earth now, but what life is there? We have opportunity, bro. We have opportunity, a lot of opportunity. It's just one person couldn't possibly know, unless that was their goal, like I was talking about earlier. Unless that's your goal, to find out how to revolutionize, you won't know, because you didn't go through all the efforts. And yet, somebody could know. Like in Fallout, that's crazy. I forgot his name, Edward House or some shit like that. The House dude that has a replica, or a dude that acts like him and has been doing that for 10 years. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Him. I'm pretty sure he's evil or some shit. Not that far in yet, but the overall connection. These are not things that would explode your mind for knowing. That's not the type of shit this is. That's some shit that seeing God, or seeing a fucking hand rip through space and time to grab you would do. That's what the fuck would fuck you up. But bro, going through the efforts to find out what would need to happen for revolution and change, even just on a starter scale, that's the research. That's something that you get to by getting there, by trying to get there, by working hard enough to get there. It's not gonna come out of nowhere, and it's definitely not gonna come from us being sorry because we didn't do enough. We're not gonna get anything from being sorry or crying. You might get that boost. You might remember what started all of this, and you may need to. That may be your whole reason. That may be the very thing that holds you together. And you need that then, if that's the case. But at the end of the day, when it's time to get things done, bro, it's your body. It's your mind. Thinking about the exact thing you're gonna do. The exact thing. I'm not thinking about the state of the world when I'm loading up Streamlabs trying to record a video. It's just the 1, 2, 3 things to load up Streamlabs, start recording. That's how it should be. That's how it should be when you are doing. When you're doing anything. The shit I was talking about earlier about not wanting to tell y'all, yo, stop watching those TV shows. Stop playing the game so damn much. Start putting more effort, and a lot more effort, into the shit you really want to get done. And that's it. For real. I want to say that shit. But that's the only way you're going to get what you want. And some of you want what's right. Some of you want exactly what you're going to get if you put in that work. Some of you actually want something that you can hold. Something that you can attain with enough effort. Some of you actually want that. And that's pretty much who I'm talking to, bro. Because if you have high-ass expectations of becoming the most powerful person ever, right? But you don't think at all you're gonna come across these weird-ass niggas at the top that are gonna make you do shit. If you think you're the special one that's just gonna rise above the ranks and never have to do exactly what the fuck they do, bro, keep on dreaming. Keep on dreaming, man. Keep on shooting for the fucking stars, right? Keep on dreaming, man. That's how stars get caught in fucking nets. You could be a star, but you got caught in a net trying to become the next one, trying to go for somebody else's exposure. When you could be slowly building something real in the dark with nobody seeing it until that light shines on you. Because it's big enough. Because it's made it. Common story. I work too damn hard and I don't get the reward. I work too damn hard. Every day is a struggle. My mind is just this, and the third. And it's too much for me. I didn't ask to be here. But you're still here. And there's people that actually felt like they shouldn't be here that's gone now because of that feeling. And you disgrace all the opportunity and thankfulness. Hold on. You disgrace the opportunity you have, and you're not thankful for it. Thankful every now and then, when you get what you wanted. And then pissed all the other time when you don't get what you want. Pissed like a child. Mad, angry. Because what you want is not happening. At core. No matter what. You could be fighting to put food on the table, but throwing the tantrum is not going to get you that. Being angry about it. Like I said, it might give you that energy, but at the end of the day, it's you doing it. Did you need to get angry to do it? No, but the same way that people are people. And the same way I'm going to have a comment or two asking me, what the hell am I talking about, man? That's what happens in real life. And it doesn't matter. It's about who it gets to. That one person that hears throughout the whole thing and understands. Because I'm not speaking gibberish. And I'm not talking in a tone that's hard to understand. I'm speaking clear like I'm reading. I'm not speaking bullshit. And I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm creating, I forget the word, coherent lines of speech that all tie into the fact that you need to put in that work. And most people think they are and aren't. And then the other half don't know and they don't care pretty much. Out of sight, out of mind. They don't know they're doing it wrong, but they think they are, so it's alright. I'm gonna see you on the next one, bro. I'm gonna see you on the next one. And don't ever think, you know, I love humanity, bro. It's just, when you look at what the world has done to the earth, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. Now, moving forward and things like that, man, just keep doing what you gotta do, bro, because you might not see that fucking Garden of Eden future you think you will. You might not see that war. You might be gone tomorrow. Keep your head up high. And keep at it, bro. Keep at it, even though it's hard. It's gonna be harder looking back at it all and knowing you had the time and knowing that you had the power and you had this the courage, and all you had to do was put those 2 steps. Get on that first step and just get to it. But you never did. That'll be harder than getting up and doing it today. It'll be way harder. It'll hurt you. It'll kill you. And that's not what I want for anybody, for real. For those who it happens to, man, I don't know. I'm not the prophet. Feel me? I'm gonna see you on the next one.